Hi, this is Izzy Hawk, Director of Further English, and today we have rule number 6 to speak excellent English. What's rule number 6? Rule number 6 is to use real English materials. Only use real English materials. Now, before, I told you, stop using textbooks. In fact, I told you to throw away the textbooks. I told you to burn the textbooks. I hope you did it. Alright, so now you have no textbooks. They are all burnt up on the chest. So, what should you do? How can you learn now? Well, I want you to use real materials. What do I mean with real materials? Well, I mean English materials that are for native speakers or that are very similar to native speaker materials. For example, when you read, don't read textbooks. Textbooks are terrible things to read. You don't want to use them. If you want to read English and reading in red, you should read easy English storybooks, easy English novels. And in later emails, in some of my bonus emails, I tell you exactly how to do that and give you some suggestions for good books to read. But you wanna read easy English books that you enjoy. Imagine that, right? Pick something that you enjoy, something that's interesting, maybe a romance book, maybe an adventure story, something like that. It's easy, it's fun. That's the best kind of reading. So, you know that you focus on your listening. Your listening should be 80% of your learning. So, what should you listen to? Same thing. You should listen to easy English that you enjoy, about topics that you enjoy. You should enjoy the speaker. You should enjoy their voice. You should enjoy their energy. And you should enjoy the topics. So, you don't want to listen to the textbook CDs. They are terrible, you know. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, and you? Terrible. You don't want to listen to actors, okay? Do not listen to actors. Listen to people who are speaking more naturally. Just like these videos, good for listening to. Actually, you can just practice by listening to me talk. I also have podcasts. Podcasts are great. Now you can get on the internet and you can find a lot of real English listening materials. Podcasts are perfect. I have podcasts. You can go to effortlessenglish.libsyn.com and you can listen to me talking about listening, talking about English, talking about my ideas, and it's free, it's easy. You can just listen, a lot of materials. I'm just talking, and I am real native speaker. I'm not acting. And there are a lot of other podcasts out there. You can pick, English learning podcasts. But you can also pick a podcast about any topic you like. If you like sports, find English podcasts that talk about sports. If you like cars, find ones that talk about cars. If you like exercise or health, find podcasts about that. You can also find audiobooks. Audiobooks that's another great way to practice your listening. An audiobook is just a book that someone's reading and they record it. So instead of reading a book, you listen to the book. Again, choose the audiobooks that are easy. You may need to start with children's storybooks. That's okay, Enjoy them. It's more fun in a textbook. I guarantee even listening to a storybooks is more interesting and more fun than some boring textbooks. As you get better, when your level is higher, you can listen to audiobooks for young adults or older children. And you just keep listening. And when it's too easy, when you choose something a little more difficult, and you listen more, a little more difficult. Listen more, and a little more difficult. Eventually, when you advance, you can listen to CNN or BBC or American movies, British movies, Australian movies. But that is an advanced level. In the beginning, start with easy stuff. So you're always choosing the real things. Audiobooks, podcasts, movies, TV shows. They can be children's TV shows, that's okay. Not textbooks and not textbook CDs. This is so important because when you listen to real English materials, you can get real spoken English. Textbooks don't teach you real English. They teach you formal English. They teach you written English. In fact, the vocabulary in textbooks, the grammar, the style, is all for writing. Even though you are listening to the conversation, they are not normal conversation. But when you listen to real materials, audiobooks, conversation podcasts, anything is real. That's the real English we use. Americans, Canadians, British, Australian. That's how we really speak. So the words we use in normal conversation. That's the pronunciation we use. So, real English materials only, not textbooks, okay? It's again very simple, easy rule. And now we have the internet. It's so easy to find real materials. Just do a Google search. And if you keep getting my emails, I'll actually get more suggestion from me. I tell you how to find podcasts, how do you find easy listening. Okay, so let's do number 6. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, the number 7, our last rule. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye.